Hey everybody, this is Sarah Harnish. I'm a Young Living Diamond and I'm the author of Game Plan. And I'm also the author of Ignite. We call it the Essential Game Plan, Ignite Your Business in 2 hours. And I'm running a couple minutes behind. I'm a little bit winded tonight because I was just pushing a stroller 3 miles up a hill with my little granddaughter Nugget in it. So if I look a little sweaty and gross, it's because I was out there working out. So I think it's really good to make sure that you get some personal care time in and time to take care of your body. So thank you for your grace. Sorry for the sweat, but the good news is you don't have to smell me right now, right? I'm on the other side of the screen, so you guys are safe. Our oil of the night for tonight for boot camp is going to be longevity, because we're talking essential rewards, right? And we want people to be on essential rewards for a really, really long time. So you might think of longevity with its oregano and all the other good things that are in it as a huge immune system support oil, which it is. But I like to think of it emotionally along the same lines as abundance oil. Okay, it's pretty amazing. So get some longevity on your big toes, get them on your ear, VitaFlex points, and let's dive into this chapter together. I do want to tell you guys, hey, you know what? If you're behind, do not sweat it. That's the nice thing with Ignite. This is a little tiny book. This is not a huge training. All right, I'm going through these chapters with you just to kind of give you some insight and stuff as to how I would do them as a leader, but not because you're required to do boot camp to do the book. That's the whole premise of Ignite, is that it's very, very simple. It's duplicatable. It's easy to share. They read it in the afternoon. They're teaching a class that night. So if you're just hopping onto boot camp right now, do not feel bad. Okay, go get on Amazon, snag the book, jump in with us. I don't care if you join me on day 14 of 15, you're still going to get some awesome wisdom out of this book. So tonight's chapter is very, very, very important. So I really hope you guys tag your leaders in it. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a tag your leader contest. As soon as I'm done with this, I want you to tag at least 5 of your leaders in the video, and I'm going to give away a huge game plan mega pack at the end of this training. Now, if you're watching it not live, if you're watching it on my website, obviously the contest is over. But if you guys are on here and you're catching it for the first time as we're going through boot camp, hey, you know, that's awesome. We get to learn and study together. I do want to give you a heads up because this fall I'm going to be doing another boot camp, but it's not going to be Game Plan. And it's not going to be Ignite. It's going to be Unstuck, which is a book I've been working on for over 2 years. And I'm really, really excited to be able to launch that one. If your business has plateaued, if you've lost momentum, if you've lost OGV, this is the book that you need in your hands, and this is the book that you need to get in your leaders' hands to get them moving with you. So Ignite just gets you off the ground, gets your leaders duplicating, gets them focused on the income-producing activities that are going to lead to rank ups. It's a very tight, short, small book, and the purpose is just to get them running off the ground. They read the book, they teach class that night. Right? Unstuck is for those of you that have plateaued, that you are not seeing forward momentum in your business. You're frustrated. You feel like Young Living is slowing down, that you're really not able to grow anymore. The people you invite don't show up for classes. You're handing samples out, and it's not leading to kit sales. You're hosting one-on-ones, and nobody's showing up. Your family's tapped out. You feel like your warm market's tapped out. You're talking to cold market. Nobody's responding to you. So I have spent 2 years collecting the research and data for that book, and it's still by no means comprehensive. I almost feel like we could do an Unstuck too, because there's so much good knowledge and wisdom out there. But suffice it to say, it's a powerhouse. The book is as big as Game Plan. It'll have a workbook. We'll be doing a boot camp with it in the fall, and I'm really excited to be able to launch that one. It's at the print shop right now for a convention beta release, and then we'll release it this fall full on. So, you guys have already started tagging your leaders. I'm going to scroll through this and pick a winner, just one person tonight, for a $500 game plan bundle with our sold out game planner in it, and a signed ULA book by Dave Troy and I, and a whole bunch of game plan resources, signed Ignite books in it. It'll be a wonderful bundle. But for somebody who tags their leaders, because this boot camp is very, very important tonight with Essential Rewards. It's some of the most powerful writing, I think, in the entire book. So what are we doing for boot camp? for Ignite. This is a 3-week boot camp. So we ran it last week. We're running it this week, Monday through Friday. Then you guys have 2 days off. And Thursday is my birthday. So I get to hang with you guys on my birthday night. And then we're going to run it again next week, Monday through Friday, all over again before we wrap up. Then I will be teaching the 2 scripts out of the back of the book. So one of the scripts is going to be the 101 class, and then the other script is going to be the Thieves class. And I'm going to demo for you how I teach those classes. Okay? So a little aromatherapy training on top of the actual book as well, so you guys can see how to do this. And then we're going to release all of that stuff on the website. So you'll have the boot camp on the website that you'll be able to click on and run with your teams if you choose to. You'll have textable classes for 101 and for 102. You'll have PowerPoints that you can share that are professionally designed, 30-day challenges that you can share that are professionally designed. You're going to look really good in your classes. Really, really, really good. So let's pick up where we left off. If you have the red book, it's okay if you have the blue one. The page numbers are off a little bit, but the content is the same. If you have the red book, we are on page 47, and we are talking about essential rewards. So we got about halfway through the ER chapter. It's chapter 5. We're going to finish that chapter tonight, and then we're going to jump into chapter 6. All right? So protection over perfection. It's one of my favorite statements in the entire book. And basically what I'm hitting here is that your home may not be perfect, but perfection's not the goal. Protection is the goal, protection of your house. So with each chemical that you kick to the curb, it's one less toxin that you've got to be out there protecting your family from. Look at progress. Don't look at the work ahead. It might feel really, really overwhelming walking in your kitchen, seeing all the products that you use on a weekly basis. Don't do that. Train the passion of protection into your growing team, because that's how you blow up your business. You build it one brick at a time, one story at a time, one oil that shows up on an essential rewards order that you never knew, you never knew existed, one passage in a desk reference, one conversation with an oiler. Oils are studied piece by piece and brick by brick, and then you sit out and you look over the people that you've impacted, and you're sitting on top of an oils empire just because of your passion for helping other people. All right, you just keep it in that place. So let's dig a little deeper into the language of Young Living, just so I can guide you on some terminology. Learn the lingo so that you can train the lifestyle. Let me go over a couple of network marketing words, because it truly is a whole nother language when you first start learning. So PV is personal volume, and that's the volume of products that are purchased by you in a month. And it can include orders that are quick order or orders that are essential rewards. Quick orders don't allow you to accrue essential rewards points, but you can cash in on your essential rewards points with this button. All right, PGV is personal group volume. And keep in mind, Ignite is a book that we're handing to brand new business builders, so they may not understand all of the lingo that's out there, right? So this is the volume PGV outside of your qualifying legs. So if you have volume that's outside of the 2 legs that you're building, this is what that volume is, including your own personal order. OGV is organization group volume. That's what you purchase every single month, and then also the sales of your entire organization under you. And that resets to 0 every single month, right? A leg is a person in a team. Right? Person and the team underneath them. Upline are the people above you in your organization, and downline are the people below you in your organization. Enroller is the person responsible for introducing the new distributor to Young Living. The sponsor is the distributor's direct upline and main support, and the sponsor may also be the enroller. This is where the new oiler is placed on your team. And if you can ever keep these straight, E comes before S, so E is the higher rank, right? They're the higher rank, and S would be the lower rank. Essential Rewards is an auto ship program to help you build your oils arsenal effectively. Essential Rewards are Young Living products that you get to pick out every single month, either the same products that you love or new products that you want to try. And you get to tweak it every single month, or last month's order is going to ship to you automatically. You have to spend 100 PV every single month to get your full paycheck. So you can think of PV as the value of the product. It doesn't always reflect what the cost is, but for most of the oils, it is dollar for dollar, okay? Dollar for dollar. So some are floored when I tell them that they need to purchase the product so that they can get paid. They say, is Young Living trying to get something from me? No, actually, they're trying to give something to you. All right, they're trying to give something to you. You can't talk about a product that you've never tried. You can't have passion for the products when there are no products in your home. If you're trying to get something from you, if Young Living is, then you would see the amount that you have to spend go up every single time that you rank up, right? But whether you're a star or whether you're a Royal Crown Diamond, it never changes. It's always 100 PV to get paid. So make sure that your order each month is above that number, or you're going to be missing out on all the hard work that you did that month teaching classes and building your team. So what does Essential Rewards mean for your business? All right, what does it mean for it? Everything. It is the cornerstone of everything that you do. There is no rank up without Essential Rewards. You might be really good at connecting with people and having them get the starter kit, but without ER, after a year, your new oiler, if they purchase the kit and they don't order anything else after that first order, they're going to drop off your team. So if your goal is to hit rank after rank and grow a willable income, it's dependent on people understanding the lifestyle and then making swaps in their home. Otherwise, everything you're doing is for naught. And that's the message that must be trained. It's hard to rank star, the first rank, or senior star, the second rank, if every class you teach, you start right back over at 0 PV the following month. Essential Rewards is the first brick. You're going to stand on that brick the next month to continue laying the foundation of your business. There is no Young Living business without Essential Rewards. You can sign 50 people to your team, but if you never train the lifestyle, then in a year, they're likely to drop off as if they were never there to begin with. So not getting your team on board with Essential Rewards is like working 20 days this month and then coming in the next month and it's as if those 20 days never happened, right? Your work never existed. That's what happens when you lay the groundwork and you are signing people, with kits, but you never follow through with teaching the lifestyle. Those zeros on your team due to those not ordering equals no rank up. And so one of the things I'm going to start training you in Ignite to help build that aromatherapy influence over your team is I really believe that everybody should be trained on the core 4, or at the very least the core 3, okay? But the core 4 ideally, which would mean all 4 starter kits. So you're training on oils, you're training on thieves, you're training on Ningxia, and if they're in a good position for it, like they're not a male, right, you're training on savvy as well. I think everybody on your team needs all 4 classes. So we're going to release the first 2 during Ignite and the last 2 during Unstuck. And I'm just really, really excited about what that's going to do for your teams. I challenge you to teach those core 4 classes 3 times a year on your personal page or on your business pages so that everybody on your team is getting educated because gosh, guys, just Ningxia alone, $70 a month. For them ordering that every single month. If they're just ordering that in thieves, they're going to easily hit, 120, 130 PV. And that's not including any oils that you're training them on, right? So you really, really need them to be trained in those basic starter kits. And we're going to start with the first 2 kits just with Ignite training. So what's the power of Essential Rewards? Walk with me for just a minute, and I'm gonna just do a quick 90-second math lesson for you guys. Oh, Amy says my son bought Savvy for his fiance, so guys need that class too. Hey, if you can get guys to a makeup class, you are a very gifted person, a very, very, very gifted person. And maybe that is a good class to teach around Valentine's Day or Christmas, right? So you understand ER is critical for ranking up and you have a plan for your own personal orders. However, logistically, how does it work, right? How does it work? Let's just tackle 30 seconds of network marketing math, all right? Just hold with me for just a minute here. If you were to teach 4 classes the next month and 1 person at each class got a kit, then you would have a PV of 400 at the end of the month. So your OGV, overall OGV, 400. Once you place your monthly order, you would rank to star, which requires a minimum PV of 500. Just from those classes you taught, right? Now, if the next month, none of them are on Essential Rewards, you start right back over at 0. Your rank is gone, and you have to do all that work a second time. But the next month, 2 of them get on Essential Rewards. One of them gets on at 300 PV, and one of them gets on at 100 PV. And with your order, you're at star before you ever even start the month, right? Before you ever even begin the month. The second month, when you teach 4 classes and 4 more people sign up, or maybe 5 people in the month, you're running for your second rank and an income of $235 a month, according to the Income Disclosure Guide. A star ranking is then in your rearview mirror just from 2 people that you got on ER. Essential Rewards is the soul of your business. It's what keeps you alive. It's how you achieve each rank. It's lifestyle training instead of starter kit training. Don't train the lifestyle or the starter kit, train the lifestyle because that's how you rock this thing. Your new oiler must spend 50 PV in a year to keep their account active. That's the equivalent of a bottle of Thieves Cleaner and a Thieves Laundry Soap to stay active in a calendar year. There's no yearly membership dues. There's no fees to pay to be part of Young Living, only the desire to kick chemicals to the curb. One amazing blessing that Young Living did in 2018 was to make it possible for your new oiler to join Essential Rewards at sign up. And this is huge because it means that their starter kit, which is worth 100 PV, can count toward Essential Rewards points. Immediately on your first Essential Rewards order, you get 10% back. After four consecutive months on Essential Rewards, it's 20% back. And after 25 consecutive months, it's 25% back. So that's like going to the grocery store. Every single time you buy laundry soap forever, you get 25% back. Right? And Leanne says, how have I missed that you're doing these? I'm so sorry, Leanne. We're going to send a newsletter out tonight so that everybody who's a Game Plan fan knows that Ignite is going on. But this is great training. Like, you can pop in on any day and catch it and still get ignited for your team. And we're going to be collecting all these videos and putting them on our website tomorrow so that if you want to go back and catch up on some of the videos, you're not behind. Just go to Amazon, snag the book. It'll get here in Prime in 2 days and jump in wherever we are, okay? So on top of all of those benefits of Essential Rewards, if you're hitting certain tiers of PV, Young Living gifts additional oils and products that you may have never used before. So it's the fastest way to build your oils collection. They usually offer freebies for 190, 250, and 300 PV, and sometimes even 400 PV. 1 month, the 300 PV tier was worth more than 200 PV. That's like saying, give me $300 and I'm going to hand you $200 right back. All right. So when you factor in the Essential Rewards points that you've earned on top of that, 30 points in the first 3 months, 60 points on month 4, and 75 points on month 25, it is by far the most affordable way to build your collection and to swap out toxic chemicals. Yeah, it's way better than Kohl's Cash, for sure. So let's look at the actual examples of how this works. I grabbed a few previous months of Young Living's giveaways for hitting certain tiers on Essential Rewards. In one example, I spent $300 and I got $216 back just by stocking my laundry soap, my dish soap, and other products that I already needed. All right, no doubt this is a great call. Essential Rewards is the Young Living version of extreme couponing, except everything in your order is something pure that you actually want in your home. So here's what it looks like on paper. Yeah, Wanda says, I automatically put people on ER now. Sandra says, do you have anything in any of your books on how to stack? Yes, I do talk about strategy and where to place people in both Game Plan and in Ignite. All right, that strategy training's in both books. So here's some actual promos that Young Living offered in 2019. Sample month number 1 was 300 PV. That was the highest tier. The freebies in the tier included Thieves Household Cleaner, Kunzea Oil, which is kind of like your equivalent to eucalyptus, right? Thieves Foaming Hand Soap, Thieves Fruit and Veggie Soap, Thieves Dish Soap, Orange Vitality Oil, which I love to use as a tooth whitener. The retail value on it was $186.05. Then if you spend $300, you get 30 back in points and $186 in free products. So that's $216 for spending $300. All right, that's a good deal. Sample month number 2 is 400 PV, and the freebies at this tier included 15 mil of ylang-ylang oil, 5 mil purification oil, 5 mil Palo Santo, 15 mil cypress oil, Super Cal Plus supplement, which Mary Young just talked about on the cruise this year, 5 mil clove oil, and 5 mil marjoram oil. 3 of these oils are part of the 9 used in the raindrop technique, which is awesome. The retail value, $212.83. So you spend $400 stocking products that you need for your home, and you get $40 back in points and $212 in free product, right? Sample month number 3 is 300 PV, and so the freebies at this tier include a 5 mil Panaway oil, 15 mil longevity oil. These are just samples of months from 2019. A Life 9 supplement, 15 mil citrus fresh oil, 5 mil Digest Vitality oil, and then you restock your personal cleaning supplies and care products for your home at 300 PV. These are products you'd already order, but you also get $30 in points and $174 in free product. So that's $204 free for spending $300. Right? Do you see how this works? This is a really, really good program. Like in network marketing, I've never seen its equal anywhere in any other company. It's why Essential Rewards is so amazing. It's how you double and triple your oils collection and learn about the product by playing with it and by looking it up and by being a passionate product of the product so that others fall in love too. If you're not a numbers person, but you need something visual, you can check out the value of what I just said in the charts below. They only calculate essential rewards points, not the free oils that you're going to get every single month as well. But I'm completely fine accruing points and getting my laundry soap, hand soap, and toothpaste for free. These are products that I buy, and I'm going to use them every single month anyway. So if I can get it by stocking my oils collection and Young Living products in my home, it's usually saving me in my monthly budget. So I'm going to flip this over and just show you these charts we put together. If you're on 50 PV for 3 months, you're getting about $15 back. For 5 years, $765 back, right? That's just for restocking your thieves cleaner on your laundry soap. 100 PV, $75 over 3 months. $2,325 over 5 years. At 300 PV, it's $690 over 3 months, and $16,000 and $16,050 over 5 years. I've saved 16 grand by ordering on Essential Rewards. Is that not absolutely crazy? Because July 18th, I'm going to be on ER for 5 years. That's nuts, right? So this is just a very simple graphic. Your oils, your way, every month. Months 1 to 3 is 10%. Months 4 to 24 is 20%. And month 25 plus is 25%. That's how Essential Rewards works. And man, is it a good program. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I love it. Mary Beth says she's stocking up on Mighty Bites for her kids. So smart. So like, if you're going to do it on ER, right? Get that order going all month long. Keep a wish list of what you need and get it all in that one lump order. So let me just add one more thing here. Whatever freebies that Young Living is offering every single month, you can view them on the very front page of the virtual office on your dashboard. I always like to order up to the highest tier. And just hear my heart here. This is not me trying to get you to order more than you should order, all right? If 300 PV is the offering for free oils that month, I'm going to order 300 PV at least. I'm going to order 300 on my account, on my husband's account, on my son's account. If it's 400 PV, I'm going to order 400 PV on my account, on my husband's account. Why? Because it gives me more opportunity to learn about new oils that I'm getting for free, and I get more ER points to use for my home. And the more that you know, the more that you share. It's an investment in your business that pays out in your grocery budget and in your knowledge base as you continue to learn and grow more each month and fall more and more in love with Young Living. Yeah, now you get free shipping. So it's taken me 4 years, but I've now swapped out all of my toxic cleaning supplies for everything Young Living. I swapped out my cereal routine for Pure Protein Complete, my personal care products for Young Living deodorant, shampoo and Mira hair oil, Bye-Bye Split Ends. I've swapped out my deodorant, my supplements for Young Living supplements, and I've never looked back. After nearly 5 years into this journey, according to the chart above, I've saved $16,000. And that's a lot of dish soap I didn't have to pay for. And my oils racks are really well stocked as well, right? On top of that, there's now YL Go, which is the Amazon Prime of Young Living. And YL Go is $59 for a basic package and $129 for YL Go Plus, and your shipping is free. All right, YL Go is 13 months of free shipping, and YL Go Plus gives you an extra 24 flex shipment credits that you can use if you run out of toothpaste in the middle of the month. So not only do you get 13 months of free shipping, there's 2 other times every single month where you can just drop an order in for, your Young Living lip balm or a bottle of orange oil, and bam, it's covered, it's paid. And I can tell you, I spend a lot more than $120 a year, $130 a year on my shipping. That's like 2 to 3 months of shipping for me because I always 2 or 3 day it, right? Other perks to Essential Rewards, you get to choose the date that it ships. You get to customize your order to what you want and need for your home and your family every single month. Essential Rewards shipping rates are discounted beyond regular orders. You accrue free oils at each of the PV tiers, and you earn a rare oils blend called Loyalty. The Loyalty oil was designed by Gary Young right before he passed away. You get all of these perks after being on ER for 12 consecutive months. It was his thank you, the Loyalty oil, for members for their love of Young Living. So hello, this is a good deal, right? It's a really, really good deal. So now we're going to pause here. I've beaten you up over Essential Rewards, but your leaders are going to get this training the very first day that they open their book, right? They're going to want to order their order right at the beginning of the month, get it on YL Go Plus, hit the highest tier. This is the training that you're imparting to your leaders, right? And why it's so important that they're spending 300 PV or 400 PV. So it's awesome, all right? And YL Go Plus is awesome. So let's talk about following up here for a minute, and then let me see how much time and how long chapter 6 is. I might just start to jump into it. Following up. How often do I follow up and how do I follow up? Isn't it awkward talking to a person a second time if they haven't gotten the kit yet? Aren't I being really, really pushy? Well, no, not really, because this is a different topic than collecting the no's that we discussed in chapter 3. For that, it's initial contact. Following up is what you do after you make a contact with someone and they did not get the kit. It's the second conversation, and it can feel a little bit awkward, but it's a huge skill that you need for your business. It took the woman that signed me 7 weeks to get my attention. I attended the class. She wrote me the next week. I said I had interest in the kit, but not yet. She wrote me in week 2. I gave the same answer, the same action repeated in weeks 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shown in studies, the average person can only say no 7 times, right? And you've heard my story. I perfectly align with those averages because on June 27, 2014, I got my kit. Then I immediately fell in love after I started playing with it. And then on July 18th, I taught my first class. And I had no idea that there was so much freedom on the other side of the starter kit. If I'd only known then what I know now and how much our lives would absolutely change from this. So if you go into every conversation leading with the person and their needs, and if you're checking in and you're not pushy and you're not salesy, if you're uncomfortable picking up the phone, you got to remember that you're there to serve them. Right? That's your purpose for being there. So if it's somebody that you've never met before, then you simply ask them in the initial conversation if you can Facebook friend them. There's enough distance there for them to feel safe. They can always unfriend you if they thought that you were strange, right? You now have their contact information in a way that doesn't give out your personal address or their personal phone number. Then you simply carry on the conversation the way that you would if you were checking on a friend. You just say, hey, you seem pretty stressed today. I'm just checking in to see if your workday got better. I worked in retail for several years and I remember how rough it was on me, and that little oils book I gave you changed my life. I'll write you in a couple of days just to see if you were able to check it out because I do believe it was the answer that you're looking for. Always keep it about them, never about sales, never about your business. That is solid follow-up. Okay, always keeping it about them and loving them and meeting them in those places where they are. I've actually been able to get people's cell phone numbers, total strangers that I've met because I've offered them the textable class. Right? And the textable class, they say, hey, just give me your cell phone number and I'm going to text you an entire class for free that you can listen to on your drive home from work on your cell phone as a podcast. And I usually don't have people say no to that, even though they don't know me. So let me flip this upside down on you. How many times do you pursue someone that keeps telling you that they have an interest in the kit, but then they never move forward? I give it 3 shots. So I make contact 3 times. I hand out a sample only once. And then after that, they're taking advantage of you. So after 3 tries, I'm going to continue building the relationship and continue seed dropping. But if they aren't picking up the lifestyle, it is not the right time. It's going to drain you. It's going to damage your relationship. Move on. Stay in contact. Focus on fresh faces. So what about following up for those that already have the kit, but they're not on Essential Rewards? I love using these lines. Hey, you've invested in yourself by getting this kit, and I want to help you get every drop out of your investment. You've joined a powerful oils education team, and we want to come alongside you, and we want to train you in how to use these amazing oils. So what's the best way of reaching you? Texting or email. You don't offer them an out. You say, what's the best way, A or B? You don't say, can I have your contact information? Right? That's just going to get them to be scared, and they're not going to respond to you, and they're going to say, no, I'm really not comfortable with that. But if you only offer them a yes or a yes option, then they're going to say, oh, email's better, or oh, texting's better, right? So you just start the conversation, and as they express interest, you get to find out what their greatest needs are, and then target resources directly to them so they have a reason to get on Essential Rewards. Don't give a way out to say no. Give them options where both answers are yes. These leading sentences work really well too for people that you didn't personally sign that are on your team. So here's some ideas for some lead-in sentences to kick off a follow-up conversation. And Unstuck is 350 pages on this exact concept. Okay, it's just hundreds and hundreds of pages. So if you're stuck in this area, you really need to make sure you do boot camp with me in the fall. All right. So lead-in sentences. How are you doing? I was checking in on you after. Tell me your favorite thing about the textable class. What is your biggest health struggle right now? I don't feel like we had a good chance to talk earlier. I'm touching base. I've not had a chance to connect with you in the last few days. You seem pretty down the last time we talked. How are you feeling? All right. Here are a few sentences I would not use. Absolutely. Have you listened to the 101 CD I gave you in the purple bag yet? Why haven't you responded to my calls about hosting a class? You said you wanted a kit, but I've waited 3 weeks and you're still not on my team. Is something wrong? Right? In the first few sentences, I led with them. In the last few sentences, you're leading with your emotions and you're leading with your investment in them. Leading with you is never the way to go, okay? hear me out on this. Leading with you is never the way to go. Strong follow-up always centers around their thoughts, their needs, their feelings, their struggles, their desires. If you start from that place, you're going to become a follow-up master. Ask a strong leading question that requires a personal response, and then it opens the door to speak about oils. Okay? You guys got all that? All right, so now we're going to lead into must-have tips for class day. So these are things to get you through your first 101 class when you're teaching. And I'm just going to dip into a page or two of this chapter, and then tomorrow we'll bang out chapter 7 and the rest of chapter 6, right? But I want to just dip a little bit into this. I'm not going to dominate your time because we've gone about 30 minutes already, but I am going to just share just a little bit from this chapter with you. So we're in chapter 6 now, must-have tips for class day. I told you earlier that teaching a class is as simple as a kit, a script, and a human, right? But there's a few do's and don'ts that are going to give you a real big leg up in your classes because 80% of your business is just being prepared. And I really want to challenge you guys to have some of these tools on hand before you start. So have a clipboard on hand and collect their contact information. Tell them so that you're doing it so you can pass oily information onto them later. It's really, really important that they not leave the room without you having a way to touch base, especially if they didn't get a kit. So ask if they're interested in you teaching their friends and family about oils. Have a laptop or a computer in the back of the room with internet access so that they can sign up on the spot and make sure that it's ready to go before you start the class. You want to make sure you check your internet connection. Have the starter kit on hand with the caps off and ready to pass around. Have a diffuser running. I love to put peppermint in my diffuser because a lot of people come after work on a Friday night or Saturday night. They're a little tired, so that's going to wake them up, keep them alert. Have the Essential Rewards promos for that month on display for them to see. It's really important why you get your oils on Wild Go Plus and you get them shipped overnight shipping. It's only like $10 to get it out quickly. So you can have it for your classes on the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th of the month. And then you can show those promos all month long and say, hey, this is the free stuff you're going to get when you place your order, right? Let's pass it around and smell it. Do you know what the free things are this month? This is $180 worth of free stuff, right? You're placing a $300 order. This is $180 worth of free stuff. And $100 of your kit counts toward this order. So let's pass it around and check out what the freebies are because I want you to get the most free things possible. And this is a great promo this month. So having those on hand while you're teaching those 101 classes is critical. Have purple bags on hand. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. I average 5 to 8 kit sales a month using purple bags. It is so important that you have these things on hand. I just taught a Ningxia class last week. We had 100% kit sales in the Ningxia class. I handed out purple bags and I put a packet of Ningxia in every single one of them. And while I was teaching the Ningxia class, I had them drink the Ningxia and hold it under their tongue. And we did the Ningxia challenge to see how they felt before and after. We evaluated before and after the Ningxia, right? It's crazy. It was crazy. Every single person there wanted to get the Ningxia kit. So what I like to do in these purple bags is I put the organza bags together with Fearless in them, which has instructions on how to order. I also include the Game Plan Mini for those considering the business. If you've not restocked on Fearless or the Game Plan Mini, those books have sold millions of copies in Young Living. They are powerful, powerful books. The Game Plan Mini, the little $1 game plan, it's an entire prospecting tool for $1. Every single class you teach, you should be handing that book out. It is unbelievable how many silvers I have on my team that started building the business because of reading the mini. Like unbelievable how many silvers I have. They got that book in their hands, they read it, they saw the income disclosure guide, they stacked up how they were spending their time versus what they could be spending their time in by teaching a class a week, and they waited, and their current job was found wanting. Right? And so they went and they continued to build or started building. Fearless trains the why, right? It trains the why on the oils. It's so important that they see that book first, right? Both of those, $1. So after they express an interest, or maybe they turn around and sell a kit to their mom, or we call that popping on the team, then I'm going to give them Ignite. So I don't give Ignite to every single person that's in the class, but if you're doing a business training with your leaders, every one of them would get an Ignite book if I was doing a business training. If I saw somebody on my team turn around and sign one person, do you know that they are 90% less likely to drop off your team if they have one person underneath them that they feel responsible for? right? 90% less likely. So somebody who turns around and signs one person is a really good candidate on your team for an Ignite book. That is somebody that I would be looking through your team with people who've signed one person or 2 or 3 people and haven't done anything in a couple of months, and get this book in the mail to them for $5 just to ignite their interest in the business again. All right. It's a fantastic tool. This is going to keep them interested and keep them coming back. Then I put a photo of the starter kit inside the purple bag. I don't put Ignite in my purple bag because I only use that for my business builders. But I do put the mini in. I put Fearless in. I put a cover sheet in, which is free on my website. I put a photo of the starter kit in. And Jen O'Sullivan just designed a really, really nice photo. Let me see if I can find it here. It's on her 31 Oil site. I should have had this one up for you guys tonight, sorry. Dum-da-dum, brochures. Let's see what she's got, all brochures. And let me scroll down here. Okay, yeah, here we go, check it out. We're right up on her main page. So if you love the 31 Oils resource, I love her stuff that she creates. She's just designed a mini brochure. It is an Essential Oils Premium Starter Kit Usage Guide Mini, perfect for the purple bags by Sarah Harnish. So if you click on this and you look, Jen O'Sullivan's got a following of 250,000 people online. Her aromatherapy training is fantastic. Human body and essential oils. But look, it goes through the starter kit, tells them the basics, benefits of membership, how to get it, how to use the oils. It's just fantastic. It gives them a whole picture on how to order. And it's $8 for 25 brochures. But this trifold design is 6 inches by 3 inches, so it fits perfectly inside the purple bags, right? It's a wonderful, wonderful use as a flyer. The other thing that I want to draw your attention to is if you go to oilabilityteam.com, this is our main page, and you go to share. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. We got Ignite on the front cover here, but if you go down to share, you'll see purple follow-up bags. Jen O'Sullivan's site is 31oils.mybigcommerce.com. Okay. And then my website is oilabilityteam.com. And if you click on share, everything under the share button is free stuff that I've generated. If you scroll down, you'll see a whole tutorial on how to put purple bags together. So I have a photo of the starter kit, which I recommend. Jen's flyers are fantastic. She designed these specifically for us. I also put my business card in there. I put an explanation of how to order the kit from home. I like to sometimes put a sample of Young Living product in, like a little tiny dollop of Coolazole pain cream or a Thieves cough drop. In the Ningxia class I just taught, I put a packet of Ningxia in it. I put Your Game Plan in, and I put Fearless in. Then I put a cover sheet in, like this one says, you have just been the recipient of the famous purple bag, right? You print these off. These are free on my website. You don't have to pay anything for them. Then I have instructions on how to purchase the starter kit. It goes through in 7 steps and tells them how to order, and you just print that off and you put your sponsor and enroller number in there. It's totally free. Right? So that's how I put my bags together. This is a little graphic we put together you can print that explains the benefit of essential rewards in there as well, and some of the other tools that I really enjoy using. So, but these printables are free. You don't have to pay anything for those. So print them off, stick them in your bag, and carry those with you when you're teaching your one-on-one classes. So I will say that if you're just starting the business, take your check and put it in your gas tank. Do not go buy supplies for 20 purple bags. The most important thing for you to be doing is sharing oils. The most important thing, it is more important than anything else in your business, okay? But if you're a star and you have $80 or $100 a month coming in, outside of putting gas in your gas tank and going to classes, I think that this is one of the most important things that you can do because you're giving them the tools to be able to order. So if they're not ordering right in front of you, they're going to order when they go home because you gave them Fearless, you gave them the mini. I put a CD in there of the class that they just heard so they can go back and re-listen to it. You've got your contact information. It's a really, really good it's a tool, right? All the network marketers out there funnel to tools because they can say a lot more than you can say in a very small space. Will I be updating the Fearless calendar? Yes. Actually, we're working on that in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be doing an update with a couple of the new things in the Fearless book that we've tweaked a little bit. So yeah, be watching for that. It'll be uploaded to the website. I can tell you the CDs and the DVDs. And the DVD's fantastic, guys. If you've not used the Intro to Young Living DVDs on my site, you need to go snag them for your leaders that are afraid to teach. And the game plan book and the workbook and Fearless have all been updated for the new starter kit. So if you grab any of that stuff off my website, it's all completely updated. If you're at Aroma Sharing and you don't want to pay shipping, all of the stuff on the table is updated for the new starter kit. Do I follow up with purple bags? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do follow up with purple bags for sure. Yeah, so the DVD on my website, let me flip this around. I created this for people that are afraid to teach. So if you go to shop, you can see books, the game planner, audiobooks, CDs, and DVDs. If you click on DVD, there's 3 different DVDs that are on my website. One of them is the complete game plan training system. That one has 7 DVDs in it, including the brand new 101. And it is very, very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. It's got FDA compliance training to keep you safe, oily lifestyle, which is the next thing after the 101 class, oily scavenger hunt, which it's a video you can show in your classes. Why do Young Living as a business? How to get your oils for free. And it explains what MLMs are. It's a really good little business intro. The full teacher training. If you don't want to do the training with your team, you can pop it in and do it with them via DVD. How to fill classes without knowing people. And then the comp plan explained, follow-up 101, how to touch base with your team, and toxin-free life is a CD. So it's a really, really good set. But Game Plan Live is when I was on tour in the 46 cities. It's the entire Game Plan Bootcamp in 2 hours. I like to use this as kickoffs to my own boot camps. I do boot camp with my team twice a year, Game Plan Bootcamp, and so this I use as the kickoff, and I'll host it in my home and we'll have a viewing party. But this one right here, I think, is the best of the 3 DVDs. This is Intro to Young Living. It's a 2 DVD set. It's super cheap. It's $20 on my website. And what this is a video class that's the backbone of the game plan system. It's a 101 DVD that is more than an hour of my teaching, and it makes it easy for really timid leaders to invite people into their homes, play hostess, and pop in the class. You're going to feel my excitement and my passion for the oils right through the screen. So you literally invite them into your home, say in a minute or 2, hey, this is my story. This is why I got started in oils. Now let's sit down together and watch. We're going to watch a diamond teach this class for you. And we're bringing in a master aromatherapist to teach for you tonight. And you hit play and you pass around the oils as I describe them so they can smell them. And you have a laptop open in the back of the room because I do the close for you. Okay, so if you're afraid of closing, this class is very, very, very powerful. All right, very powerful. I just reshot it about 2 weeks ago for the new starter kit. It's really well done. It's a little over an hour. So also included in the 2-pack set is Why Do Young Living as a Business? This is the most requested DVD I put together of all time. I used this DVD after 289 classes. It's what drew 800 leaders to my team in the first 2 years. This is the content from the Game Plan mini book. So if you're uncomfortable pitching the business at any Young Living class, this 12-minute DVD will be a tremendous relief because it takes the pressure off of you as I share my passion for freedom and a life that's beyond survival mode. They're going to come back to you asking to be trained. This DVD tacks onto any 101 class really well, or any Oils of the Bible, Savvy Minerals makeup class. You can utilize it to grow your team. So this DVD set is my favorite of all of the ones that we have up there. So Why Do Young Living as a Business, aka How to Get Your Oils for Free, and Essential Oils 101, which is for your timid teachers they're just not comfortable sitting in front of people and reading a script. If they were to read a script, it would sound like this, and they are too scared to do it. Right? So that's okay. I actually made the DVD for my mom who's dyslexic and for my son who's dyslexic because it takes the pressure off of them having to sit in front of them and read. All right, let's wrap up here with one more thing. I'm just going to talk to you about things that you should not be doing when you are teaching classes. And then tomorrow night is amazing. It's what if they don't listen to me? All right, what if they're not listening to me? So here's things you don't want to be doing in your one-on-one classes. Do not teach classes sporadically. This is your paycheck. So I'm teaching 4 to 6 classes a month, even as a diamond. Do not get distracted. right? Don't get out there and do a whole bunch of things that don't lead to kit sales. Pretty Cricut cutter labels and large folders with aromatherapy knowledge and putting 30 aromatherapy books out on the table. That's not stuff that actually leads to duplication, and you're going to scare your leaders away if they think they have to do it. Michelle says, would that include the Canadian starter kit? We do not have the Canadian resources released yet, but we're working on them this year. You're one of the first markets we're opening after Australia, okay? Do not put a lot of time and effort into things that can't be copied by your leaders. The most powerful tool that you have is duplication on your team. So if you are teaching a class on a Saturday, you've reached that people in that one class. But if you have 5 leaders out there doing the same action, you just taught 6 classes in the same space. Don't scare them from the business by complicating things. Keep it simple. Script, kit, human. All right, script, kit, human. We don't need to spend a lot of time on leader training because that's more for the full game plan book. But I can give you a couple of sentences that you can use from the get-go that's going to help you inadvertently find people who want to do what you want to do. A CareerBuilder.com survey in 2016 found that 1 in every 6 Americans were actively looking for a job in the next 12 months. There's no reason that they can't be on your team. So if you have 6 people in your class, you're likely looking at one possible business builder. You're looking them right in the eye. There's a way to get their attention without hunting them, just like you don't hunt for product users. So let me just explain with a really quick story. 4 years after I got my kit, I did teacher training with 30 leaders on one of my legs. And a woman walked in that I recognized from one of my very, very first classes. She'd gone inactive, and I had assumed that she placed a 50 PV order and then reactivated without my contacting her, but that was not the case. When I approached her, she said, "Oh, I didn't realize that I was still on your team. I signed up under my friend because I felt like I could do the business under her. But when I saw how much I had to do in order to do it like you, I realized that it was more than I could take on. I didn't have the time and I didn't have the money to do it your way. I didn't realize she was under you and that I'm still on your team." All right. That was a punch to the gut, like a huge punch to the gut, but it made me scrutinize every single action that I did at 101 classes. Am I scaring my leaders away? Can I be copied? Your budding leaders have the most fire at their very first introductory oils class. Leaders don't need to be hunted. They find you because you give them hope, right? And because they can do what you do. They find you because your actions are simple. If your actions are overloaded with information, then you're going to have a hard time duplicating. Your organization should grow without pushing the business excessively because oils are simple. And sharing is simple, and freedom is simple. We're the ones that make it really complicated. So one of my biggest mistakes at the start of my business was overcomplicating things that were really quite simple. I didn't start leading with the business until I was nearly a diamond because I deeply wanted the income for every single person that I met. I fell in love with freedom even more than the oils. It was a process though, and it wasn't something that I felt immediately when the starter kit showed up at my door. I hadn't even tasted freedom yet. But by the time I was a diamond, I figured if a mom of 5 from the projects living in the middle of nowhere could pull this off, then there's no reason that everyone I met couldn't do it. I just shared the oils passionately, and then my leaders came of their own volition. They came because they needed hope. They came because they needed income, and they came because they needed purpose. So stop looking for leaders. This is what I do in every single 101 class I teach. I end it and I just say, hey, would you like to learn how to get your oils for free? There's this little book called Your Game Plan, Build a Life Beyond Survival Mode, and it's in your purple bag, right? Read it, and I'm going to touch base with you in 2 days. That's the extent of my business building and my 101 classes. And yet with those 3 sentences, I picked up 800 leaders in the first 2 years of my business. So keep your language simple, keep your actions simple. What kind of actions are scaring your leaders away? Putting a lot of money into food at your classes, like peppermint vitality brownies, right? Having a large spread of aromatherapy books on the table that they can't afford. Having folders of photocopied information on oils for each person. Creating a poster board with all the oil stories that you've collected. Showing off all the Young Living products ever created in an intro class. Do they need to know about seedlings in a 101 class? There's no seedling starter kit, so I would say no, right? It's information overload, and new builders won't have those resources. They need a script, a kit, and a human. Getting a Cricut cutter, right? And decorating all your bottles with pretty word stickers. Going for an aromatherapy certification and being the expert. The less you know, the more you can be copied. So train people to look things up. Don't be the know-it-all. Say things like, gosh, I'm not sure about that. I just looked up ear in my reference guide. Like, that's a place that I would start. Like, go look up ear, right? You can look up ear. You can look up knee. all right? Doing pricey make and takes with supplies that have to be purchased from multiple websites that are not from the Young Living virtual office. Corporate said that 70% of people that attend make and take classes never order the oil and they never make the craft again. So if you're building a business, that is not the shortest point from A to B. Making oily side products for sale like oils racks, diffuser necklaces, hand-sewn bags, that's a distraction that's costing you time toward earning a higher rank. Freedom for your family is on the other side of teaching. So stay focused on growing your team. Oils racks do not lead to diamond ships. The money is in your downline, not in any side business that you generate. So save your side business for when you hit Royal Crown Diamond and your family is cared for life. Every side business that you launch is costing your kids freedom. It's distracting you for a long enough period of time that you just might think that network marketing doesn't work. It does work, but you have to do the actions that lead to growth. If you're not teaching classes and you're not training your leaders, and you're not training the lifestyle and training essential rewards, you're not doing actions that are going to lead to rank ups. Side businesses do not grow OGV. And worst of all, the leaders are going to copy you and then nobody's going to rank. Do you want your leaders teaching multiple classes or do you want them making diffuser necklaces? You have to be the example, right? Doing more than one multi-level marketing business. You got to hear my heart here. You're going to be the jack of all trades and master of none. You're not going to rank in either if you run two businesses simultaneously, and you're going to burn yourself out, and you're going to confuse up and coming leaders who see you posting on two different businesses on social media. You are cutting away your ability to duplicate by putting your hands in too many pots. So don't do that. And then the last two, selling oily things that you have made, like roll-ons, creams, mini starter kits. They're not going to buy the kit. Also, it's against policies and procedures, the rule book for Young Living. You can't sell samples of Young Living oil in any way. You can review the rules under member resources in your virtual office or the Young Living website. While you're there, you can also peek at the handful of short videos under the Getting Started tab and the front page of your virtual office to learn more about the incredible company that you work for. Opening a retail storefront with thousands of dollars in inventory that have to be stocked. Let Young Living do the stocking. You just be the mouthpiece. Your leaders can't stock $1,000 of oils in a store. So are those things bad? Not necessarily, but save them for a space where you won't scare up and coming leaders that don't have the time or resources to do the business in the way that you're running yours. If you want to gift a roll-on to a leader on your team, then go for it, but don't sell it. And save your pretty decorated bottles for your leaders as your organization grows larger or at While Unites rallies. A 101 class, though, where you're scouting for new members and business builders to labor beside you is not the right spot. Always weigh every single minute that you're spending on your business, okay? Is it a distraction or is it going to lead to growth? And if the answer is it's a distraction, then let it go and stay focused because your goal is freedom. You can rank so much faster if you focus. So your leaders are going to copy what they see. All right, they're going to copy what they see. So that wraps up chapters 5 and 6. We actually got through both of them tonight, which is crazy. I didn't think we would be able to get through both. That means tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a tighter training. We only have 2 pages to cover tomorrow. You can totally do the homework for that. It's called What If They Don't Listen to Me? And we're going to hit on fear. And I'm going to share a really, really powerful story with you guys tomorrow night. So you're going to want to get on. In the interim, tag all your leaders in this. And I'm going to look through all of those who tag somebody. And I'm going to pick a winner for a Game Plan Mega Pack. It's a $500 packet of oils, box of oil supplies. I'm going to throw that Intro to Young Living DVD in there that I talked to you about. I'm also going to throw the 7 DVD set in there. I'm going to throw in the Game Plan Live DVD in there. I'm going to throw in a purple bag that I've made up for you in that box because I want you to see how I run my business, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for hanging with me for such a long Ignite training tonight. I'm sorry I talked your ear off for so long. Tomorrow will be much, much shorter as we pop on together. And then Thursday is my birthday, so I think it's an honor to get to hang with you guys on my birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting on. Thank you for hearing my heart, all right? And what I think is going to lead to duplication on your teams. We're going to rock this thing. We got a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of Ignite Bootcamp yet left. If you have not ordered your book, you've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Hop on Amazon, go get a copy of it. We're going to be offering it in bulk very, very, very soon. So we're going to discount it even more for you, for your team. So just another tool that we've generated to make sharing even easier. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. We're in this to win this, right? We're in it for the long haul, doing Ignite Bootcamp for 15 days, Monday through Friday last week, Monday through Friday this week, and then Monday through Friday next week. Okay. So I can't wait wait to see you guys tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel, 8:30 Eastern, and we're going to talk about chapter 7. What if people don't listen to me? This one's a good tearjerker. It's an emotional night. So read those 2 pages. Be ready for me tomorrow night. Most of the Ignite chapters are very tight, very small, easy to digest. And then we're going to work through this together. All right. You're not alone. You are not alone in this business. There's a lot of people with the exact same struggles that you have. So you put your head on your pillow tonight knowing that there's tens of thousands of people walking the same road that you're walking, and we're going to do this together, and nobody's getting left behind. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll pick a winner soon, so tag your leaders. All right, bye.